right, everybody. Welcome back to MAPOP Sports. This is Grandy. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for checking out the channel, checking out this video. If you guys are returning, welcome back. Happy Saturday, everybody. Hopefully, everybody had a great week. Good start to the weekend. Hopefully, I've been kind of watching the President's Cup a little bit. So hopefully, Team USA can pull that off. It was kind of crazy watching that. But I wanted to jump into a little bit of a part two of guest Q&A because, like I said, I haven't done this for several weeks after taking a couple of weeks off. So there were so many questions. I didn't get a chance to get to everything yesterday's video, so I'll try and do as much as I can today as quickly as possible. I'll try to make it a little bit shorter than yesterday. So let's start with this. Items not received. Have I been getting a lot of items not received through the ESE, the eBay standard envelope system, whether they're delivering early or lost in mail? So this does happen, guys. It's just like any other business, any other situation when you use a third-party vendor to ship your stuff. So I primarily use United States Postal Service. Sometimes I use FedEx or UPS if needed, but primarily 99% of the times I use USPS. I usually do the ESC on any items $20 or less. And does the United States Postal Service ship early? So this is the thing. If you guys have not noticed, if you use the ESE system, sometimes the system on eBay says delivered. However, they are actually delayed by the USPS. So what happens is a day or two, they are behind schedule. However, the system says delivered. So I usually tell a lot of the buyers, like, patience. What actually happens is it says delivered in the system, the eBay systems. However, the USPS takes 1 or 2 days, business days, for them to actually deliver physically. So be patient. It does say prematurely. I don't know why. I don't know how their system works, but this happens quite a bit more often than not. It gets delivered just a day or two after the system already says it's delivered. Weird. I know. I don't get it either. Do I get some items not received and the case open against me? I would say yes. 1 out of maybe every 150, 200 shipments. It's just part of doing business, guys. So as I mentioned in previous videos, as long as it's under 1%, I don't really care. It sucks. It happens. Hopefully people aren't taking advantage, because sometimes the USPS do not scan their system, so it doesn't show delivered. So hopefully people are more honest than not, and not taking advantage of it. So you can either refund them, and that's what you normally have to do. So it's just kind of nature of doing business and having an upscaled business. When you scale up, it's going to happen. You're going to have FUBARs and things like that happen. So it does definitely happen. Doesn't, like I just said, as long as it's under the 1%, that's the crucial part of it on that. Projected income for 2024. Somebody asked about that. I think I mentioned this probably at the very, very beginning when I wanted to do this a little bit over a year or two ago, of doing this full time. I'm trying to scale up to where it's a 6-figure business. I'm very close on that. Am I quite there yet? Projected income for 2024, it's going to be really, really, really close. I don't think I'm going to get there, but it's going to be really, really close. I still have, obviously, several more months to go. I got a couple in-person shows to go, so I got to calculate all that revenue, and then I got to calculate, from now until the end of the year of eBay revenue. I'm going to scale up as much as I can. eBay right now, if you guys are wondering, sales has been down. It has dipped quite a bit in regard to the sports card world. So we will see if I can reach my goal of the 6-figure. But definitely 2025, I better be there. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to make sure I get there. So that's going to be my real goal and scaling up on that. So just to let you know on that. How much do I charge for shipping for cards and slabs? Somebody asked that, and I try to keep this as base as possible, just cover all my shipping costs. I'm not trying to add additional costs onto the buyer. So shipping costs, ESE wise, as long as it covers my envelope costs, it costs my shipping costs of the USPS, cost of the top loaders or the penny sleeves, things like that. As long as it covers that, I usually charge around 85 cents per card. And the reason being is because it's already like 69 cents to ship it for USPS for the ESE wise. And then the envelope cost, the top loader cost, as long as it covers all that in, I'm not looking to make a profit on the shipping cost. Some people do, and they charge an outstanding, a crazy amount on shipping. It is what it is, whatever works for them. But maybe they only charge 99 cents for the card. So it just depends on how you want to work your business on that end. When I ship slabs, I usually ship them in a bubble mailer, my time and effort and everything into that. And I usually ship it ground advantage, so that's usually anywhere between the $4 to $5 range. So shipping wise, when I ship slabs or anything above 4 ounces, if I'm going to use ground advantage on USPS, I usually charge anywhere between $4.75 to $5.75. It just depends. The location, where you're located. If I'm shipping to Hawaii, it's going to cost more. If I'm shipping to Maine, it's going to cost more. If I'm shipping to Alaska, it's going to cost more. And also depends on the weight. As you increase the weight, over 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ounces, the pricing increase. So it just all depends on that. But I try to keep it as flat as possible. $4.75 to $5.75. I think that's reasonable. Cost of bubble mailers, cost of my time and effort, cost of the shipping costs on that. So there you guys go. Selling lots versus singles. Have I seen a swing up and down on that? I do some lots. I'm going to try to increase as much as I can. I think I did a video of this several months ago. I kind of swayed away from it. But I am going to try and increase my lots. I do see a lot of people who are looking to buy lots more versus just single cards, especially the low end stuff. And the reason being because it saves on shipping. I totally understand. You want to buy one card and pay one shipping versus you buy 5, 6, 7 cards and shipping is condensed down. So it just depends on that. I do see swings. I think, as players play and if they have a great day or they have a great game or whatever the case may be, I do see an increase of singles and sales. Lots is more of the collectors, who wants a specific team or however I break up the lot. So it all depends on that. So there is swings on that. I do see that. I will increase my lots. I do plan on doing that a little bit more, given the opportunity. But you remember, when you create lots, it takes a little bit more time because you have to, obviously split them into team lots and then take pictures. Scanning of them is a little bit different. You can't really scan them. So it's going to be pictures using a camera phone on that, things like that. Tips for pre-screening cards to ship to PSA, SGC, BGS when you're going to grade cards. Do I buy specific stuff to grade it? I think I did a video of this about a year ago. I try to keep it as simple as possible. In regards to centering, you can go to Amazon and purchase these things where it gives you the percentage of the centering of the cards. You can do that. It's only a couple bucks. You can do that. After doing this for almost 30 years of collecting cards and everything like that, you can kind of figure out what's centered, what's good or not. In regards to the corners, I do have a magnifying glass. I do check each individual corner just to make sure it's as sharp as possible because your eyes can only see so much. In regards to using cleaning stuff, solution, I don't do that. The cards, the Kurtz Card Care, whatever that stuff is. And I think PSA is trying to, crack down on that anyways. So I don't use that as much at all. I don't use any liquids or anything. I might use a microfiber just to wipe down any dust, fingerprints, things like that. I will do. In regards to other people who are buying these $100 machines or less than $100 machines, you can do that. Actually, somebody told me they purchased one of these huge magnifying things where you can see dimples and stuff. I do actually recommend that. If given the opportunity, I probably should. I don't. I'm not gonna lie, I'm lazy when it comes to that. I probably should. It's just to get more gem and 10s of cards and everything like that. But they do have these huge magnifying machines where you can look into to see the dimples, any dents, any creases, things like that you might miss or scratches. And for less than $100, I think it's a good investment. I probably should. I just haven't done that yet. But that's what I normally do. I try to keep it as simple as possible in regards to that stuff of buying equipment for the pre-screening to send cards to get graded. So that's up to you. If you want to spend as much time on that as possible, it's up to you on that. Can you actually make a living on sports cards? I get this quite a bit. Obviously, I'm doing this for a living a little bit over a year now. The biggest thing, and I mentioned this in many videos previously, It's all relative to the way you live your life. If you're gonna live life and spend money like crazy, whether it's on your expenses, whether it's, you know, your housing, your food, if you go out and eat every day, if you have a mortgage of $4,000 a month, $3,000 a month, or if you have if you're a single person living at home with the family, it all depends on your way of life and your cost of living, right? So can you do it? And if you make 30 to 40K a year on selling sports cards, but you live frugally and you live at home with your parents or whatever, of course you can make it. If you decide to move out, live on your own, raise a family, it's going to be very difficult. Like I just said, it all depends on how you live life, how much you spend on your expenses, things like that, and can you make it for a living. So it's really relative to your way of living. So if you want to, but my high recommendation on this is to live as frugal as possible. Sports cards is very difficult to become a millionaire. You don't see it very often, if at all. All that stuff you see on YouTube, by the way, guys, just the FYI, all you see that on social media, guys who are selling 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 cards. A lot of them maybe have been in the industry for so long. They have cards that they flip to build up to that point. It is very high risky, high end stuff. So, but it's really up to you if you want to do that, and can you make a living on that? I'm pretty sure you can. I just can't do that. It's really too high risk for me. But like I said, it depends on the way you live your lifestyle. That's going to be critical number one on that. Why not open up brick and mortar store? This is the last question I want to get into this. I think I spoke about this before. The reason why I don't do a brick and mortar store currently, I always wanted to, but I can't do it currently. Right now, being a father of 4, 11 and under daughters, I am their bus. I take them to school back and forth. To have a storefront open, you have to be there literally 8 to 10 hours a day. On top of that, the overhead is insane. If you have not seen the lease of businesses right now for retail space, it is crazy expensive. And then allocation of product, all that stuff. And then on top of that, like I said, you have to be stationary at that storefront, dedicated times, and that is very difficult for my current situation of life. So that's the reason why I don't have a store. And plus, when you have an online business, online store, or when you do shows, things like that, you work on your own hours. You don't have to literally, like I said, be at the storefront all the time. And then and then keep in mind, online stores are open 24 hours a day. That's how I look at it too. 24 hours a day. I'm making sales left and right at night when I'm sleeping. So there you guys go. I don't see any stores doing that, to let you know. And then plus, being a one-man person, I don't want to have to hire people to work at a storefront. It's just more overhead, expenses, things like that I don't want to have to deal with, and it's a headache, at least currently. I would love to maybe on down the road. We'll see, but you never know. But other than that, there you guys go. Try to make this video as quick as possible. Sorry about my daughter in the background. She just got her teeth taken out. I know she's a little bit loud. I apologize about that. But other than that, man, I appreciate you guys. If you guys like this stuff, feel free to subscribe. If you have not subscribed, still appreciate you guys watching the video this far. Don't forget, check out the eBay store. The link is in the description. Every little bit helps. Feel free to make an offer on any of the cards. I will be at the card show next weekend, so hopefully I see everybody at the Denver area. So make sure you guys stop by the table, say hi, man. Other than that, man, have a good rest of the weekend, guys. Till next time.